entitled to one good scare, my children. While Halloween Kills has been delayed till next year, that doesn't mean we shouldn't celebrate the beloved franchise here. So let's see, 42 years later, how they explored its legacy at the 30-year mark. The book is an anthology of short stories dealing with the legacy of Michael Myers and their effects on the various people of Haddonfield. It begins with Trick or Treat, about the elderly Mackenzie couple. They loved children, but Halloween was a bit too much for them. At least until two children, the ones being babysit by Laurie Strode, compounding on the door and begging that they call the police, that the boogeyman is trying to kill them. Joe Mackenzie takes charge and gets the children in, especially after they hear gunshots from down the street. They call the police and things calm down. And after that, they always answered the door for trick-or-treaters, even after Joe passed away. Although it seems that Michael decided to pay a visit one Halloween, planting a razor blade in some of the candy. Next up is POV, which is just the story of a girl getting awarded flowers at some kind of beauty pageant before Michael kills her in her dressing room. It's done in a way so that the pages alternate from whose perspective it is. One page it's the girl, the other it's Michael. It's not bad at all, especially since the girl gets decapitated, and we always enjoy that. But it's just kind of at odds with the rest of the stories of Michael's legacy on the victims of that Halloween night. But let's move on to a different sort of point of view story. Visiting Hours, wherein we see Laurie Strode go through her life from the first Halloween, how she replays a memory in her mind of Annie Brackett and one of her last conversations with her. Through having a child, helping them through Halloween, becoming the headmistress at a private school, and there's Annie's bloody corpse repeating the conversation again while writing Samhain on the chalkboard. And then Michael returns during H2O. Laurie supposedly kills him, and winds up in the sanitarium at the beginning of Halloween Resurrection. She knows that Michael will be visiting her again soon. Visiting hours never end there. Whenever she closes her eyes, they let him in. One day he'll come and see her. One day, she'll be free. Free to fall off a roof and then come back in a different timeline 20 years later, but I'd say that's still free. Let's check in with Tommy Doyle in 2005. He's a comic book artist now, which instantly makes him the most likable character to me. And his wife is upset that their son got a hold of one of his books. The horrifying black and white story of Tarantula Man. No, look, Tarantula Man kinda looks like me. Doesn't act like me, though. As far as you know, my children. He's putting up missing posters for teenagers he intends to kill, sneaks into their houses to sniff their panties, then horrifically murders them by having giant spiders emerge from their throats? I don't get it. But yes, Tommy has other monsters he can draw too, like Michael Myers. And finally there's repetition compulsion. In 1989, apparently before the events of Halloween 5 really get going, Dr. Sam Loomis had a visit by Michael, and so did a teacher at the local elementary school. She encouraged her students, scared about what can happen on Halloween, to just smile. If you beam brightly, no one can hurt you. The real problem, though, is if they smile back. Loomis has a different attitude about such things. Michael's visit had him post a picture of a dog on a spot at the elementary school, so Loomis and his nurse go to look. They find the dog, not quite dead, and Loomis thinks that it's a message from Michael, that Loomis is nothing more than a dog, coming to him when he calls. But that might not be quite the full message, since Loomis soon hears about the teacher being murdered while he was examining the dog, her body hung up on the soccer field with a big old smile on her face. And I do agree on that point, my children. You should definitely be thinking of the Halloween franchise and just smile.